All right, moment of truth. We're gonna test it, so let's see what kind of lights we get. Ooh, look at that. So this brake fluid's color seems a little off, so we're gonna go ahead and test it and make sure it's good. Now, if you guys have been on my channel before, you know I have this brake fluid liquid tester. You just stick the prongs in there and it will tell you how much moisture is in your brake fluid, because that's what goes bad. All right, is the more moisture it has, the more probability it's going to boil and create air and spongy brakes. Same with the clutch. So we're going to go ahead and test this and see what we get. First thing is, brake fluid is very corrosive, so we're going to just protect the bike. And then there's a little screw for this cap. This just allows the cap, keeps the cap from accidentally coming off or unscrewing itself. So remove that. Drop that in a nice place where you can't get to it. See, how do we put the towel there? Alright, so then now we can unscrew it. So one thing you do want to make sure is that the way you got the handlebars turned, to make it where it's kind of level. Alright, so we have an inner grommet that goes inside the cap. Alright, moment of truth. We're going to test it, so let's see what kind of lights we get. Ooh, look at that. Can you guys see that? Look at it. It's all the way to the red. Alright, so we need to flush this out. Alright, so it's some .4 brake fluid. If you look on the cap is really going to tell you. If you look at the cap will tell you from a sealed container, .4. So .4 right there. Now there's some other brake fluids you can use if you want to go a higher performance. I've noticed that I've already popped some holes, so this has been opened already. So usually brake fluid doesn't last, it doesn't really have a shelf life for too long once it's been opened. So, but we can test it because we have the tester. So let's see. So as I'm testing it, it's still at 0, so it's fine. Now, it's not been very long since I've opened this. I mean, maybe a week. If you have some fluid that's been opened, you might want to test it before you use it. This is a cheap Harbor Freight brake bleeder. I think it's on sale for like $10. So super cheap. You need an air compressor. Now there's ways of doing this without one of these. You can do it manually by just letting the fluid go out into a jug or a water bottle and just crack it, bleed it, crack it. So but since we have this, we're going to go ahead and use this. So I have the air hose hooked up to it, and we're going to go to the bleeder on the bike. So the bleeder on the bike has a little cap. We'll pull the cap off. It's going to be an 11 millimeter. So what we want to do is break it and snug it back. And we're going to put this end with the bleeder. Comes over there, goes over the hole. Alright. So it's on there. So now we're going to crack it. And then we're going to give it a little suck. So you can see the fluid coming out. Alright, we're going to close the bleeder. So now I'm going to go ahead and just suck out the rest of this fluid. Alright, so we sucked out all the fluid. I'm just going to give it a little wipe. And now what we're going to do is we're going to fill it up. Don't pump the brakes yet. So we're going to fill it up. I did spill a little. Glad we have a towel there. So that fluid's nice and clear. So now what we're going to do is we're going to suck it out. And then we're going to put this nipple on. And it fits real tight, so it should be nice and airtight. So now we can crack it open. And so now we can start sucking through a new fluid. All right, I'm gonna add some more fluid. Let's now do the other side. So I do like to manually bleed it after I've vacuumed out. As you can see in this line, it's all clear. So I still got my line on, and this is tight. So I'm gonna pump it a few times, hold it, and just crack it open. You can see the fluid going down, no air. Close it, pump it a few more times, hold it, no bubbles, so that's good. So we're done. I already did the other side. All right, so we're gonna put our cover back on. And be careful, so if you overfilled it, this is the point where it's gonna overflow. All right, then we're gonna put our little safety device to keep it from falling off or coming off, whichever way you want to call it. And there we go. Got brand new brake fluid, bled. Now there's a trick I like to do. I'll put a zip tie around this lever, keep it tight overnight, so if there's any air inside the system, it'll come to the top and go through the master cylinder into the reservoir, and then just any final air that's in there will come out. Now this clutch fluid looks a little bad. Let's check this clutch fluid. This is the first bike I've ever had that's had clutch fluid. It's usually just been a cable. So this is a new one for me, guys. Get our towel. And this one doesn't have any kind of, just unscrews. Let's get our tester. Oh yeah, that lights up like a Christmas tree. So this needs to be sucked out too. So this is a twofer. Suck it out. And now we're gonna bleed it right there. All right, it's a 10 millimeter. Nice, let's put our nipple on there. It's on. Crack it open. Give it a little suck. Oh, look, we already got fluid coming out. It actually looks pretty clear in here. Now that empties quick. So close it back up. Let's put some fluid in it. Alright, close it, check our fluid. Looking pretty good. So we could try to manually bleed it. Let's see how that goes. So we're going to pump it a few times, hold it, crack it, and close it. Pump it, hold it, crack it, close it. Yeah, but you can only get about 3 bleeds before you're out of fluid. There's not much. Hold it, crack it, close it. All right, that should be good.
Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.